Okay. We're back. We're back. Shit. Hold on.
No, he took my first place again.
What happened?
They took my first place again.
There have been people in here. I went live for like 2 minutes before I just went live, and I fucked up the title. Why would he comment that on my video? What is up, guys? For people posting TFCs, I'm not going to be accepting any TFCs. Just something you guys know.
Wait, what about from me?
Exercise, fam? Yeah, I just went jogging on the treadmill for 30 minutes. Speaking of, gotta get the exercise in, fam. Okay, we're just gonna wait for people to come in, and then we'll start talking about stuff. But basically, what happened yesterday, if you guys didn't catch the stream yesterday. Why does it say I'm offline? But I'm not. Now it's giving me an error. It's literally giving me an error.
You're not offline.
I can't even get back to my live stream. I legit, it's literally giving me an error. Okay.
Oh, it says you're still live.
Okay, now I'm back. Alright, so how's everybody in chat doing? I guess just to get some people talking, how are your days going? 'Cause mine's going pretty good. Wow, babe, are you serious?
You asked.
What the fuck?
You asked, I answered.
Wow, I can play an ad? Crazy. Oh, I can create a highlight. Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh. YouTube. YouTube with the plays. Desolate says fantastic. Nothing that says good. Mike Hunt says fine. Okay, decent answers. So essentially in this stream, we're going to be talking about big update ideas and kind of expanding off where we left off last stream. If you guys weren't here last stream, basically we were talking about and discussing big update ideas, not things that necessarily would fix things wrong with the game, but things that are just big updates. Like, you know how a while ago they had the craftable school mounts. Sorry, just like brain farted. They had the one-shot dungeons and stuff, and a couple of other things. I forget already what they were, but basically those things were very innovative and brought people rushing back to the game. I'm talking about an even bigger update than that. Something like that. Who noticed the sheep? Oh. Sorry, somebody commented on my video. Let me turn my phone notifications off. Anyways, yeah. So, we are talking about big changes within Wiz that could bring back, like, just a lot of players. Like, just a huge update that is genuinely hype and new. That doesn't really add on to, like, anything else. It might change it, but it doesn't really, like it doesn't, how do I say? Like no new worlds, all right? Like, nothing like that. Unless it has, like, some interesting and, like, very, like, entertainment-wise twist, I guess, whatever. Updates for Wiz or content? As in my content? No, like for Wiz in specific. We need to start Wiz video like everything. Nelson, I'm not sure what you're talking about, fam. I want a character customization shop where we can change your appearance and names, etc. Yeah, I talked about that in my 5 things that should be in Wiz already. You've seen Mega Mikey make the return to the somewhat return to Wiz. Yeah, I don't think I strongly do not think that, and sort of disagree with turn-based PvP, even though I haven't really tried it out for myself. I just really don't agree with it coming to ranked, because it would just be a mess, in my opinion. So many people aren't used to it, and there are a large community of people that do not like turn-based PvP. So yeah, I don't think, but a character customization shop would be cool, but it's not like a big update. It would be something like, I guess the jewel update could be considered a bigger update than a customization shop. But a customization shop would necessarily, well, not necessarily, would generally be around the same area of like a leveled update. Like the jewel update wasn't leveled at all, but like around the same, what's the word? Like I could just say level of update, I guess you could say. Like the jewel update, it impacted the game, but it didn't really bring anything too exciting, because you had to go out there and farm and waste a bunch of your time and whatnot. So it would be around the same level of an update as the jewel update. It wouldn't really add like things that are super new, if you can get behind what I'm saying. So but yeah, I did see Mega Mikey's video. How old am I? That's not important. That's not what we're talking about right now. Not 2008 graphics would be good. Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday. So let me ask you guys, how would you feel if KingsIsle released like a Minecraft dealio where you could go into the crown shop and for like 1,500 crowns, say, right? That's like less than $5. You go into the crown shop, and for 1,500 crowns, you can buy a graphic pack. But knowing KingsIsle, the graphic pack would probably, being that it's 1,500 crowns, it would probably only apply to one world, which is kind of iffy. But at the same time, how would you guys, like, would that be like, wow, okay, that's a real KingsIsle move? Or would you be like, dang, I would legit spend $5 just so I could, like, buy this pack for Wizard City and get, like the whole graphics of Wiz City revamped? Or would that just be something like, wow, okay, KingsIsle, it's just another one of those KingsIsle moves? So. Same genre? What do you mean? I feel that the matchmaking portion of the update is a huge must. No more repeatedly having to worry about getting a Jade Juju, not having to worry about the same person beating you. Alright, babe. I think that there are good and bad things about having a timer go on to where, like, you can't face the same person more than once. I don't think, like, of course it won't fix boosting. It will help stop it, like help stop it, but it won't actually fix it. Trading gear, trading gear would be kind of iffy. If trading gear did become a thing, I don't think it would necessarily be huge, but they would have to put definite restrictions on it, meaning that you can't trade crafted gear and you can't trade dungeon acquired gear, meaning that you can't trade any Darkmoor gear, can't trade any like Mirage dungeon gear, if there are any, or if there is any. You can't trade Waterworks gear through like your account to some other person's account or whatever. So there would have to be very strong restrictions, and I think it wouldn't really be a fun time for anybody, because then it would just be broken, because then you could just do all the work for somebody else. And yeah, I got a question. If KI wants to play the game, if KI wants you to play the game, why are they keep banning people? They're only banning bad people, first of all. They banned Dakota. Well, first of all, let me go ahead and actually discuss the recent ban, since I actually have not posted a video on that yet. I strongly believe the reason why Dakota Earthhorn and Tyler Hacks and a bunch of other like notoriously known PvPers got banned is because of my video. If you don't know what video I'm talking about, I posted a video called "We Need to Talk About This" or something relative like that, and it got a lot of attention and a lot of views for a very good reason. Basically, I was discussing a situation that had happened with me and a character that I dubbed Jeremy, who is actually a real person. I just dubbed him as Jeremy. And basically, I expressed that the report system was broken and people were abusing it. So they must have actually taken that video into consideration and the feedback that that video generated, and they went back in the system and they actually went back and like saw who exactly was abusing it. I know for a fact I got spam reported and muted by Dakota Earthhorn. I got spam reported by Tyler Hex and got muted by Tyler Hex. And they both got banned, as well as some other people that were also abusing multiple systems and just being nefarious within the game. And they got banned. I have a strong feeling that if I would have never posted that video, those people would still be around doing the same malicious, unnecessary stuff that they have been doing since they started this game, essentially. So, yeah, I do apologize for people that were friends of those people, but it was, I think, for the best for a lot of people, especially those that were getting harassed by them, because no one likes to get harassed by people, especially because both Tyler Hex and Dakota Earthhorn have like DDoS people and harassed people on Wiz like multiple times. So I do believe I am a strong reason for why those people got banned. You know, like not them like in specific, but because I exposed the broken system and they just so happen to be like abusing it and harassing people and DDoSing people, and King's Law just had enough of it, so they're gone. Being able to trade gear between people in the same battle. Oh, you know what? I can get behind that. I can get behind that. That would be... That actually should already be a thing. If I release another top 5 things that should already be in Wiz, that would definitely... Hold on. Let me go ahead and chart some of these down. If you guys have really good ideas, I will actually make a video about them. And you can shout yourself out in the comments section if you know that you came up with the idea. Let me go ahead and put these in notes. Tyler got banned for account sharing. Tyler got banned for a lot of things, bro. Tyler got banned for a lot of things. A lot. Not just account sharing. He just doesn't want to accept it because he knows that he doesn't like me, and he knows that I got him banned. Alright, so equipment share within battle group. Okay, we got that down. That's a really good idea, whoever came up with that. Let me just go ahead and scroll up and get your name real quick. Jack Spadicy. Yeah, I like that name. Fucking Pewds, dude. Jack Spadicy. How would you feel about trading jewels? I can get behind it. I think it would take the stress off of a lot more people, because then the people with money could just buy whatever they want and then trade the people that don't have money whatever they need. I could get behind it though, because it does generate more of a sense of like I don't know if there's a word for it, but basically your friends could help you out even more, but it would become more of a money thing, and like it would just generate people asking for more things. So yes and no at the same time. Tyler is still out there though. I mean, probably, but once he surfaces like officially, he's gonna get banned again. Blocking exists for a reason. It only goes so far. I mean, if you block somebody, they can still report you and get you muted for a week and a day. So take off the limit for how much stuff you can buy in a day. I don't know about that. There's certain things behind why they do that I'm not aware of, but they are, because they're a game company. So I don't know how I feel about that. They should reward us with elixirs, packs, or for some side questing. I can partially get behind that. Elixirs maybe. I don't know about packs though. That might be going a little bit too far. They limit stuff you should buy for one day, such as gifting. What the hell? I never knew that. No, they don't limit. I don't think they limit how much you gift. They limit how much you can buy in a day off their website, like with actual money. What if they made a battle royale style tournament similar to the Power 101 PvP game mode, where it's 4 players and every man for themselves? Ooh. Are you kind of referencing the battle royale like mode that they put in the new Pokemon, where it's like one person over here, one person over here, one person over here, one person over here, and then you can just target whoever you want? That would be kind of cool. I can get behind that, but I think if they do that, they should disable chat, and I think it would have to be like a randomized system, because if you join in and you know somebody, then you're both gonna work together until you're just the last people standing, essentially. So they would have to do a good job of coding that system and randomizing it so that you don't get in the same match with your friend. But I can get behind that. That would be pretty big, and they could have like special prizes for that. But what are some like huge brainstormed, big fleshed out ideas that you guys have? I have a few, but I just want to hear what you guys have to say about some things. I don't think trading gear should be allowed at all, because then what's the point of farming? If that ever does become a thing, that it should be, it should only be school items that are allowed to be traded. I can get behind that, and I also agree with you. Under the sea. A double pet XP elixir? That's pretty much like buying the member benefit. I don't agree with that. Yeah. They should create a few more side quests in Wizard City or make more schools. Okay. That's actually a really good idea, but it would honestly cause them to rewire the entire game, which is something that I know for a fact KingsIsle will never do. So for that reason, like, it's a good idea, but actually going about making it happen is just a negatory. So I will not touch upon that at all. I apologize, but more schools would bring back players, definitely. They should give out free stuff on holidays. They should have holiday events. That is what they should have. They should have holiday events. that idea could be fleshed out and detailed a bit more. But holiday events, how would you guys feel about that? Holiday events. So like when Christmas came around, there'd be like special Christmas bosses. Not so much like the Krampus key boss, but just like an instance dungeon that pops up during Christmas. And there's like a bunch of like Christmas loot that you can get that is special for that event. That would be pretty cool. More special quests for each individual school. Hold on, we have a sub. Julian, welcome to the A Squad. Welcome, welcome. If you are watching the stream, because some people that sub aren't watching the stream. If you are, then say what's up in the chat. They should allow us to reroll our pet talents. Okay, listen. I talked about this a little bit with a friend one time, but I never actually made a video on this. Let me actually write this down so I remember it. But let me go to the pet place real quick, the pet pav. But I want to talk about this a little bit because this is a very interesting idea, and I think this would be a huge update. So, Hector, welcome to the A Squad, bro. Pet reroll. Yeah. So this was an idea that a lot of people had. So let me go ahead and flesh this idea out for you guys and see what you guys would think about this, okay? Because I think this could be massive. This could be massive. Lower crown shop prices, yes. Tegan Kennedy, welcome to the A Squad, fam. But let me go ahead and talk about this a little bit. Hi Black, welcome to the A Squad. I'm seeing yes on the holiday events. That could be cool. Okay, so essentially, right, how this pet reroll thing would work is you would take your pet, right, that was baby. Say you had enough snacks to mega the thing, right? You would take it from baby to mega, right? Max Ultima, welcome to the A Squad. So essentially how this would work, right? The reroll would cost, let's say, what's a good price for a pet reroll? It can't be too much, but at the same time, it can't be too little. Because there's more things that I want to, like, introduce to this possible update. Just, like, I mean, whatever you want to call it. Because I think that could be big. And honestly should have been a thing. But anyways, I'm going to talk about it, right? So you would pay X amount of crowns to have, like, a pet reroll. And essentially what that would do is you would see like a little slot machine, right? And you would see the talent that you got, like uncovered, and then a bunch of question marks, right? With which are the talents that you didn't get. Essentially, you would hit the slot machine and say you would get like 3 tries until you couldn't reroll anymore. So you would hit it, pay the crowns, and you would cheat it, just like the slots like fly down, go dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee, and it would either land on the talent you already got or land on one of the question mark circles. If you got one of the question mark circles, then you would have successfully re-rolled your talent. 500, 1,000. I think, personally, I think 1,000 would be good. What do you guys think about 1,000? 30,000 because crowns on, am I right? Probably not really, but I think 1,000 would be good. But essentially, you would re-roll, and it would slot machine at Mega only, because your pet would have to be done. Like, you can't roll early, otherwise you wouldn't be like able to roll later on. It would ruin the pet probably. But like with the way that pets are coded, it would probably work best as well if you did it while the pet was already mega and whatnot. But essentially, you would slot machine reroll your talent, right? Awesome. But here's the thing, right? You would also, like within this update, right? If they did like release like a huge pet update, right? If you were to buy a pet from the crown shop, and or hatched a pet with a friend, it would give you an option, or you could like, well, if you like click no and then want to do it later, you could like go to your pet thing in your book, and it would have like a little like circle thing on your screen, like right about here. And essentially what you could do is click on it and pay like 1,500 crowns, right? Decent price because King's Isle, or 2,000, I don't really know. But it would flip over your whole pet pool, so you could see everything that your pet had to offer. How would you guys feel about that? For like 1.5 to 2,000 crowns, it would uncover your whole pool. So then you, as the player, could decide, do I really want to bring this pet up or not? I think that would be a huge update. Laura Hernandez, welcome to the A Squad, fam. What about they nerf Earthquake? I don't think so. I don't think so. Earthquake is going to stay how it is. Yeah, guys, we aren't going to talk about Shrike and Shadow spells in the stream. Rerolling should break that talent so that you can only reroll once at any level. That way you can choose the yes, but you see, they would have to rework the whole pet system, because the way the pet system works right now is if you hatch a pet and it hatches, as soon as it hatches, the game instantly scripts whatever your pet gets. So like whatever it's going to get, it was already going to get as soon as it hatched. So as soon as your pet hatches, you know, its talents from teen to mega are already mapped out in the game. It is just your job to feed it the snacks and get the pet energy to actually go in those games and feed it those pets, or those pet snacks, my bad. Necro Uchiha, welcome to the A Squad, fam. But how would you guys feel about that? I think that is a really good idea. Four-person mounts? I'm not really sure that that'd be like a huge thing. Plus, there is already a four-person mount, if you guys don't already know, coming out. So, James, these ideas are sounding very pay to play. I mean, you like, I don't know what else you want me to tell you. It's pay to play, fam. I don't know. That's just game companies nowadays. I don't know. That would be an actual reason to get your pet to Ultra if it let you reroll talents. Yeah, essentially, yes. Would it be completely random talents or talents in your pool? It would be talents in your pool. Because it wouldn't just reroll any random talents. That would be crazy. Because then if you had no life damage on in your pet pool, and then you just reroll, bam, life damage comes up and you're salty as fuck. Nah, dude. Allow players to trade in-game gold for membership time. Example, 300,000 gold, max gold, is worth... Ooh, okay. Spicy stuff. How would you guys feel about 300,000 gold being worth 2 days worth of member... You know what? Where's my phone? That's a spicy idea. It would force people to work for it, which is why it works. That works. And 2 days is good. 2 days is good. 300,000 gold Equals 2 days membership. Amazing idea. Amazing idea. All right, let me go ahead and scroll down. Create an astral spell teacher. Please call out a shout out from me. Shout out to Pandemonium. I like your name, by the way. The update should be a 5-player mount. I think 4 is already overdoing it. The 4-person mount, by the way, is like it's okay. You guys know the Mollybone car in the Crown Shop. Essentially, what it is it's like a smaller cartoony version of that, and it has like, it's like like the graphics of the car look super bad, but apparently it holds 4 people. So I mean, they could change it in time, but as of right now in the coding, it's scripted to hold 4 people. So we're going to hope that it stays that way, because that'd be pretty dope. It's also listed as 15,000 crowns, so keep that in mind as well, fam. How about taking the sigils for Lore Master and Burning Rampage and allowing them to be unlocked only at a higher level, so low-level PvP isn't just lore spells and Rampage? So essentially what you mean is that they would take away... I don't know how I feel about that. Would Lore Master only be available to levels 40 and up then? Because you're supposed to be level 40 as soon as you get to Dragonspire, or at least that's how the game was supposed to run, and is kind of still supposed to run, even if you do Wisteria before, like, Grizzleheim and all that. You're supposed to be level 40 when you go into Mushu, if you have done the, like enough quests and whatnot. But 40 is supposed to be the minimum that you're supposed to go into into Dragonspire with. If you're not 40 and you're going into Dragonspire, you are under leveled, essentially, which is the way that I understood it, and the way that the game kind of lets you know, because you kind of fall off with your spells and whatnot and everything else. But would Lore Master and, like, I think Burning would then be like level 80 cap, right, or level 70 cap, which I don't agree with. So I'm gonna say no to that, but I think Lore Master should be capped at level 40. I mean, I could see that, because level 5s with lore, just no. It's kind of cringy, to be honest. Like, yes, I do have a Magus with lore, but I mean, I'd take him to 40. I don't care. I feel like lore is a too OP spell at level 30 anyways. It's just my personal opinion. Yeah. There we go. Oh, there's Mason over there. Okay, let me go ahead and scroll down. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, we have like 55, no, not 55, 51 people currently, as I'm saying the number, watching the stream right now. So welcome everybody. Tell your friends about the stream. We are talking about some big things, and then I plan to make a video later on. So amazing stuff, guys. 51 people watching. Amazing. Welcome everybody to the stream. Mikhail Zahu. I'm gonna butcher your name, fam. I apologize. Extremely apologize. Or I am extremely apologetic. I'm gonna butcher your name, but I read your comment. All right, let me go ahead and scroll down. I scrolled down way too much. Okay, hold on. Abra James, you look sharp. Thank you, fam. That's exactly what WoW does? Wait, what is exactly what WoW does, Anthony? I'm not... I got lost. I got lost. Like, re-explain what WoW does. I'm trying to scroll down, because I'm trying to read everything. I apologize. It's... Pro Boys, shoutouts, fam. A 9-person mount, lols. You're funny. Giving more health to Storm would be like a small update. We're talking about big updates, guys. This was talked about before, but what about like being able to craft items that give stats to items that don't already have stats? So like putting stats on your mount, and maybe I don't know, instead of having like a jewel slot on well, actually no, that's pretty much the same thing as what jewels are, so never mind. But what if you could like craft stat mounts? That's an idea. Be able to upgrade your spells with training points. Okay. Elaborate though. Like what spells? Where would you cap it at? What's OP? What's not OP? I'm trying to scroll down, guys. I do apologize. Make a vanilla version of the game. Advertise it. No further updates added to that version of the game, much like WoW. This will make older players return. I feel like that would be so easy, but that would never happen. But if they did, how many players, like how many of you, like just type a 1 in the chat if you would go on a Wiz server that put the game back before Darkmoor, or like right as Darkmoor came out, or like right before the Jewel update came out. How many people would rush to play on that server? That sounds like a fantastic idea, but it would never happen. It would never happen. That would be amazing. I'm not gonna lie. If you get a lore spell you don't like, you should be able to throw it in and substitute it for another random spell. I'm not sure about that. That would cost a dumb amount of crowns. Someone had a fantastic idea. I'm trying to find it. Oh no, I already read the idea. Yeah, that would be amazing. All right, there are way too they're like the chat is blowing up. I apologize, guys. I'm trying to read. Look, I'm a first generation player, James. I'm Cole. Ice, trust me, all of us would return. Only here temporarily because of the nostalgia they fix. We should guess what we return. Pretty much understandable. It would never happen, but it would be fantastic, boys. Introduce 5v5, 6v6, 7v7, etc. battles? I don't think so. Rounds would literally end. Like matches, not rounds, but matches would literally end first round. If they were like 7v7s, that would be absolutely broken. It would give way too much RNG chance to one team to just Shadow Pip first round and then just end the game, because if one team of 7v7 was just all Storm, all it takes is like, what, 2 of them, 3 maybe, to just pull a Shad, and it's pretty much over. And then the rest would just temp. What would be the point? That would be so busted. Jans, please say what your thoughts are on how far the level cap should go is. To be honest, I think... You guys know how Destiny originally had, like, light levels? I think essentially what should have happened is, like... To go anywhere beyond level 101 would be to like receive like extracurricular XP, right? Because it's Wiz and we're students, right? So extracurricular XP, and it would take a massive amount of XP and a lot of questing and whatnot to reach another level. Not essentially level 102, but level 101 plus. Just give some fancy name to like some Destiny light levels, but like Wiz version, right? I think that's what should have happened. And then like every like extracurricular level, you should have gained a new spell. That should be non-PvP, because at this point, level 101, you're breaking the game. Like, don't bring that stuff into player versus player. Especially when the pip gauge only holds 7 pips and you're having to rely on shadow pips for new spells. Just don't. They would never come out with a vanilla server. The creators would feel as if their updates were for nothing. Yeah, see, that's why it would never happen. It just wouldn't happen. New school, we've already debunked that. It's not gonna happen. It'll be too much reworking. How would you guys feel if they reworked some of our like suck spells, our sucky spells? Like they went back and made Handsome Fomori 4 pips. And they went and made Catalan's Mantle like 55. Would that be a big update? Like how many people would use Catalan in ranked if the Mantle was like 55 or 60? I don't know. That would be broken. That, I mean, essentially, wouldn't that give Storm a Winter Moon? Am I going to be banned from the stream? No, Fred, you're not going to be banned from the stream. I just didn't like what you said to me in game. As for the idea mentioned earlier with 1,500 Sea Lord spells, no Crown Lord spells, that wouldn't work because King's Owl made the spells placed in packs. It would defeat the purpose of buying the packs. Yeah, it would as well. Yeah, you're right. I've been farming Burning for 2 years and still no luck. That is actually AIDS. Okay, I'm gonna scroll down so I can actually get with the program of how chat is moving. Not a good idea. Storm is already strong enough, but it wouldn't just be Catalan. See, like, okay, how about we make Catalan 6 pips and make the Mantle 60? How about that? I could get behind that. How about we make Handsome Fomori 4 pips? How about we make, let me see, what are the lore spells? I'm not even sure. I don't think I have anything, but yeah, I don't. I don't really think any changes should be made to lore though. Lore is just, it's whatever. It's been in the game so long, people have just started to work around it. If they reworked spells, people would just complain that these spells are broken. Yeah, but see, I feel like we already have so many broken spells. What's the point of making another one? Yo, Rhinox Gaming, welcome to the A Squad fam. But, yeah, but see, what's the point? Like, people already complain about lore. People already complain about Winter Moon. People already complain about Weaver. Like, why not just give? Well, okay, maybe not make Storm spell cost less pips, but maybe more pips and a better effect because the spell sucks and never gets used. That would be a big update, in my opinion. Okay, hold on. Thank you, babe. My girlfriend just sent me a list of lore spells. So hold on. Let's just go through the list, right? Not going through any of the lore spells that just got not just got announced, but are fairly recent, right? I quit Wiz James. Do you think the update should bring me back? No. Not really. If you've quit, I think you should wait until there are better things that would bring you back into the game, because at this point you would just get bored so easy. People are surprised lore still isn't 5 pips. I don't think lore should be 5 pips. Yes, Goat Monk. Goat Monk has no effect. We have to give Goat Monk an effect. Goat Monk should essentially be a 5 pip Queen Calypso. It should give like a 35 trap to life after you hit. That would be amazing. Goat Monk into Weaver combo should be a thing. Please. Goat Monk is useless. Okay, let's just go down this list, right? Just let me start talking, and then you guys can just post whatever you want in chat. Like about it or your own ideas. And if I see them, then I'll comment on them if they're good and I think that they can be fleshed out. If not, then I do apologize. But I think the battle site just came out. Brimstone, it's fine. Catalan, I think it should be 1 more pip, but the accuracy debuff should be 60 or 55. Goat Monk, I think, should stay 5 pips, but give a 35 life trap. Handsome Fomori, I think, should be 4 pips. Hephaestus, no, let that slide. Keeper of the Flame, that's fine. Krampus is fine. Lord of Night, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Lore Master, fine. Lumi Weave, fine. Ninja Pigs are fine, because Pigs is OP as crap. Queen is fine. Samurai, oh yeah, that's the balance. Well, no, because, I mean, we already have lore. Like, what difference does it make to change Samurai? That'd be stupid. Savage Paw, no. Well, I mean, Savage Paw pretty is what Samurai should be. So Samurai should just be essentially taken out of the game. And then Winter Moon is fine. So yeah, those are the only changes that I think should be made to the lore spells. Headless Horseman should be a lore spell, yes. Okay, so hold on. Let's just clear chat real quick, right? Just clear your minds for a second, right? Because I want to introduce a new idea that I talked briefly about yesterday. And I think this could be huge. Like, huge. Okay? So, taking a page from Pokemon Go's book, right? How would you guys feel if KingsIsle made 3 factions and at the beginning of the game, like in character creation, or if you've already made a character and you log on that character, you can assign that character to one of the 3 factions. Now, inside the factions would have ranks, right? And as you went up into the ranks, you would gain like faction points, and you could spend these faction points on certain like armored mounts, gear, and the gear would be like very diverse between the factions, and it would look cool in their own sense of style. And there would just be so many other things like stat mounts within these factions, like faction clothes. I guess if you have been playing the game long enough, after the update, you could strive to become like a faction leader. There would be like a wide variety of new badges with these factions and whatnot. Crazy stuff. And if you were like a serious PvP person, there would be a faction leaderboard, and you can put your name on the faction leaderboard depending on like who you versed, what faction you beat. We would have new tournaments where you verse other factions. Like, like that thought blows my mind, yo. See, that's a huge update. This is a move that is so big, you can't question that it wouldn't bring people back, because it would. It's cool, yes. It is unrealistic though. Anthony is right. It is unrealistic, but God, yo, the thought of that. Oh my God. I'm sorry, I'm not reading chat right now. I was going on a tangent. But just crazy stuff, yo. Just if taking the time to be fleshed out, it'd be so good. Oh my God. Everybody would come back, yo. Disagree with that idea already, James. I would, however, like the idea of guilds, factions, or clans being created by a leader with crowns. I can see that, but it would take too much moderation from KingsIsle employees, which we know isn't going to happen. So either way, both ideas would never happen. Yeah, like they would have to approve your clan name and everything, and it would just be, it would be too much, to be honest. It would be solely independent on the players, and any events that went along with the clan update would have to rely on the players and their attendance within the game and what they did. And I'm not too sure that would go too far. Huh?
Babe, what if they just like did it like you know when you're making a character and you have to choose the name?
Yeah.
What if they just did that for the clan name so they wouldn't have to approve it?
Yeah, but then people would run around with the same clan name. Do you see how that defeats the... Yeah.
True.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from, but at the same time, no.
Okay, then what if they just ban all the bad words?
People would still find a way. They would have to approve of it. You should be able to upgrade your spell with training points. Like, instead of buying a new spell, you click on the spell you already have and it upgrades, like, more killing points. I'm not sure if I fully understand that. Give Storm an overtime? No. Things that need to happen. Make Wizard City free. A graphical update before they decide to put Wiz on Steam, or like immediately after, like ASAP and stuff like that. The big changes need to be made in two specific areas: marketing and player versus player, because those are areas that don't require huge resources and have the biggest potential to help the game. Okay, so we're gonna switch on that topic, right? Player versus player. Not so much marketing, because I really don't want to get into that. That's more of like people that want to sit down and actually discuss that stuff. Like that's a whole different topic. I don't want to discuss that at the moment. But player versus player, right? Say we had, like, we kind of got a glimpse of KingsIsle talking about, like, okay, we're gonna focus on PvP because it's been like years and people keep complaining, right? So they finally released a new turn-based tournament mode in the test realm. What if they went a step further and released a PvP specific update? So they updated the hub world. They added new areas within the hub world to hang out. They got I can't believe I'm saying this, it would never happen, but they got like community feedback so that we could like implement or test out certain other and new tournament modes. And I guess we could test out taking out shadow spells and stuff from PvP, even though that's been like a request forever. But what if they added more gear? They added gear to like a Glenn Deming's gear for level 30. No, because they would just use commander gear. But like a Glenn Deming's gear for level 80, so that level 80s didn't have to run waterworks and crafted. I mean, it's just ideas that I'm trying to come up with. I'm not really sure, but like a big PvP update and not adding crown shop mounts like they did in the test realm to like be available with arena tickets. I think that was pretty dumb. All the other ideas are awesome to fantasize about, but they will never even be considered by KingsIsle. It's true. What about they make a coin flip in PvP? So it's fair whoever goes first. Is that good? No, because the system is already based on a broken coin flip with a 50% variable. So as soon as you enter the match, the coin is already flipped. You just have to wait to see if it's heads or tails and which side of which side of the stick you got, essentially. This is off topic, but I just remembered that since they have been making so many bundles, why not make a new arena ticket PvP house? I can get behind that. That actually should have been a thing a long time ago, though. It used the exact same people resources, and it would help boost the PvP interaction, and people would actually play the game to get it. I can get behind that. That should have been a thing, though, to be honest. I think shadow spells should just be more pips. Yeah. I mean, we can go about many ways to test shadow spells in PvP, but I think the most popular opinion is getting it is we would rather have it removed. So having a commander gear for higher levels, something like that. Something like that. Am I excited for 4th Age? I feel indifferent about it. If you want my opinion, I feel very indifferent. What if you got to choose if you wanted to play the new version or the old version when you made a character? But then you couldn't port the character that you made over to the new version. Because if you started on the new version and went to go to the old version, then you might already have like Darkmoor gear. And if the old version is like before Darkmoor, then you can't do that. So it would kind of be like like you know how there's like two sides of the street, and then like you have like that solid paint line and then the dotted paint line, and you can only cross over if you're on the dotted side. It'd kind of be like that. It'd be I wouldn't like that. So basically you could only port over your character to the new version if you started on the old version. I don't know. Houses aren't so popular. I mean, I don't know. I could go into depth with how that could be a good thing and a bad thing. I don't really think it would bring many people back, though. It would cost a lot of arena tickets because King's Isle.
Well, isn't there a new house coming out soon?
Is there? I don't know.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people have been saying.
Make PvP for arena tickets. If you don't have member, that defeats the purpose of PvPing entirely, because you get tickets for PvPing. Put a search bar in the bazaar. That should have been a thing. How about this, right? A huge PvP update. All right, let's talk about something a little more realistic, okay? Let's talk about this. How about we have this huge end of summer PvP update, or middle of summer, I don't know. We get an updated hub space for PvP. The outside can get updated as well. We could possibly move Diego, the Roland Silverheart guy, and Brandon all inside the arena instead of having them sit out here, and Jordo over there, Mistborn. Have them all within the arena hub, expand it, right? Along with this, we would get the PvP house, previously mentioned by Anthony. We would get essentially some commander gear for like level 80, 85, and like other levels. I think 30 and below, and 30 up to like maybe, of course, 49, because after 49 is 50, which is Glendemming's, is fine. So commander is pretty much good up until 50, right? But then from there on, like, you would have to farm dungeon gear, for like if you wanted to do level 80 PvP. So I think we should have like some newer themes, some new rings, possibly. And then along with that, let me see. We would have new PvP mounts. I had an idea, but I just lost my idea. A rip. I legit just lost my idea, what I was going to say. Oh, that's right. We would get new spells. So you know how like spells came out when Winter Tusk dropped? We had like level 55 spells and 35 spells. What if we had level 65 spells or level 25 spells? Spells that weren't May casted and spells that didn't necessarily have to come from like a pack or a May cast wand or something like that, or be transmuted into TC and then put in TC for use, like Death Minotaur, right? What if we could acquire these spells, or like some spells that are in the game, or just give our own ideas, or just Kingsall have just rework some new spells, right? Okay, maybe we wouldn't have to acquire these through like level 25 spell quests and stuff like that, but what if at a particular rank you got a quest, and depending on what school you were, you had to do a quest for those spells, and these spells were like PvP specific, so you could not use them outside of PvP. Well, what about that? PvP only spells. I think that's interesting. So like, what if, but you would have to be a certain level, yes, to get these spells, because they would kind of be overpowered at like a low level. But like, what if you had to be like level, I don't know, 40 base to be like eligible for these PvP only cards, and we just had like a buttload of PvP only spells, and like myth spells would like it would like hit and then shatter for like 5 pips. Lives would hit and then heal you. Well, no, not hit and then heal. That's death. Lives would, I guess, hit and then put one of those guiding lights or whatever. Or I'm thinking of the wrong thing. Whatever. But yeah, one of those like heal boost charms. Death would probably hit and then put infection. And yeah, it would, like, we would just have like a plethora of new spells for all the schools, and it would be PvP only. Yeah, that sounds dope. I like that idea. And this could only be it's so easy too. And this could only be achieved in a massive PvP update. And like, we would specifically like remember this update as the update that made PvP that much better. Not the update that added more fishing, not the update that added some mindless gear to the crown shop, some actually really useless mount that took the animation of the ice skates. An actual update and test roam solely based on PvP. So I'm not sure how much longer this stream will be going on. It's like already 9. So I do apologize if I'm not reading chat. I'm trying. Juju nerf? That would probably be in the PvP update, yes. They actually discussed a Juju nerf in a KI Live and never did it. So that's kind of disappointing. Feisty Dan, I already said that that idea was counterintuitive when it came to PvP. It would defeat the purpose. But yeah, like a big fleshed out PvP update. Like, what else could we add to that? Yeah, it would be a school specific spell. Or better yet, what about this? What if you had to, like, instead of like defeating a boss, right, for this school specific card that you had to be level 40 to even be like eligible for, right? And you had to have like a certain rank to even like acquire the quest for the spell. What if you had to like it was like a challenge, win 15 matches, then report back to Diego, then you get your spell. So it was an actual challenge. I mean, what if you got a spell at say Captain, right? Then you have like an even stronger spell at Warlord, and the spell at Captain requires you to kill someone with an overtime. And the Warlord one requires you to kill someone with a trap on them. I don't know. Like, ideas. It makes it more interesting. I don't know. How would you guys feel about that? Another big thing that they need to do is go into the crown shop and reprice some of these things really quick. I just want to go over some of the most BS price things in the crown shop. So you see how where is it? The Marley-Bone car costs 7,000 crowns, right? For 50% boost speed. Let's scroll down, and this is actually one of my favorite mounts just by pure design. The Seraph wings, just because of how they look and because they're actually very like underrated. Surprisingly, because you don't see a lot of people like with this mount. Yes, it's on sale right now, but the original price is the exact same as the Marley-Bone car. Why? That is so dumb. That is so dumb, dude. So basically a PvP assignment, I guess, in one way or another. I don't know. We are probably going to end the stream soon here, though. Like around 30 minutes. But yeah, big update ideas. Big update ideas. Just make shadow spells post Chrysalis banned and ranked. Yeah, pretty much. That's what they need to do anyways. Is it gonna happen? Probably not. Okay, so in the PvP update, my man just came up with a really good idea. I'm not going to say your name because I butchered it before, but if you win a certain amount of matches in a row, you get a prize. No, because that would encourage boosting. I mean, the new, like, PvP benefits things, like the daily assignments for PvP, already minorly, if that's even a word, it's probably not a word, but that already encourages boosting. in a very minor sense, but it does. So I don't know about, like, it would depend on how big and enticing the prize is. It would probably encourage boosting a lot more. So how about making like a second main quest line? You get to choose which one you want to do when you make a character. That would take a lot of time. A lot of time. That would pretty much be a wizard, like a Wizard102, or just an entirely new game. Well, not entirely new game, but just like a Wizard102. So, But yeah, guys, we need a big PvP update. I think we need more spells. We need better mounts. We just need things that cost arena tickets. And that are designed well. So I don't know. I'm out of like self-thought ideas at the moment. Make a yes, that is something that would come in the new PvP update. New badges beyond Warlord. I am totally okay with that, and that would actually entice me to do more PvP, because we've had private corporal, sergeant, veteran, knight, captain, commander, warlord for the longest time. It's time for new badges, dude. Yeah, it's time for new badges. It's crazy. So that would be something that would come in a huge PvP update. But we are going to be signing off soon. Thank you for all coming, English. Thank you, everyone, for coming out to the stream and discussing new ideas. So, new card idea, Aphrodite's Love, where it heals your foe 25% their health and takes away 50% of their health. Yeah, that sounds broken. What about this? What if in the PvP update, just tossing the ball out there, right? What if Death's a Warlord spell card? What, like, I'm not sure what it would be called, but basically what it would do is it would cost, like, I mean, I don't really know. I mean, that's kind of broken, to be honest. How could I rework this spell idea? Because it's a really good idea. Okay, okay. Look. How about it does 500 base damage to you and the person you're facing, or you and whoever else you wanted to attack. If you're on like a 3v3 or 2v2 or 4v4, then you only have to pick one person. But it would attack you and attack the other person, and it would put either like a dispel randomly on both of you, some type of debuff randomly on both of you, or a trap on both of you. That sounds interesting. That's like, I mean, just ideas. Factions, holiday events, and a huge PvP update. That's the dream right there, but it's not gonna happen. Yeah, a lot of people want the guild update. It's a really good idea, but it's unrealistic. We're definitely going to stream about more ideas and talk about them more in the future, but for right now, I think I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the sign off because stream has run pretty short. So I do apologize if you are just tuning in. I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow. I might stream Sunday, maybe. Not too sure, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give all of you the sign off for right now. If you did attend the stream, thank you, and you should definitely attend next time we stream. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe right now and turn my sub notifications on so that you get notified of when I post new videos and other stuff. And yeah, I think that's going to be it for this stream, guys. So I will see all of you. Go. I apologize. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. So good stream. Peace out.